project idea has been developed through a lot of, it's germed through a lot of different conversations that we've been having over the Creative Concept Coffees. So my name is up here, but really I'd like to point out that the main idea has been stimulated by Laurence, who isn't here, and that other people in the room have also been approached and are joining in, and we have Maria Hayes over here as well, who has another idea to present later. The real starting point for this was tapping into the potential of video conferencing technology to give a message of social inclusion. And some of the groups that we were looking at were these kids on what we said on the fringes of society, who are at risk of developing violent behaviour and attitudes, and really using video conferencing inspired by what we saw as well from the Global Nomads project, of bringing them together, getting them to discover each other, developing awareness, developing self-confidence, developing curiosity and tolerance, focusing that around arts-based projects which could take a starting point from maybe dance or especially traditional heritage and looking into their roots, and then bringing in new art forms and getting a different perspective on that. So really it's all about linking up these kids, we're thinking of pre-teenage kids, through this idea of translocal. Okay, we were starting from the idea of thinking globally, acting locally, but we're acting locally in a transnational context thanks to video conferencing technology. So it's very short, but thank you.
You made it. Artists and art students of various ages and stages in simultaneous creation through the technologies of video mixer projection, interactive smartboards, graphic tablets, and video conferencing. We aim to raise their awareness of their own artistic assumptions and practices by mutual confrontation with alternative conversational, international, and intercultural approaches to drawing. For example, we may have 2 or more artists in real time in different countries simultaneously working on portraits of each other. They may then swap images instantly and interact with each other's work. Alternatively, they may work together on an image. As their lines on the virtual canvas coincide and overlap, sometimes reinforcing, sometimes contradicting each other, they will become aware not only of the styles and methods of other artists, but also of their own. Artists will learn more about themselves and their art and begin to forge the basics of a new collaborative art of drawing. The creative conversation is direct, immediate, yet virtual and international. The virtual paintbox will be a real-time performance and a window into the creative processes in action, evolving mark-making for the 21st century. D is for drawing. D is for diverse.
I'm from Nottingham Trent University. Mark is from Amsterdam University. What we have in common is that we're both very actively engaged in the training of a new generation of teachers. And what our project's about is the development of a community of inquiry amongst trainee teachers from countries spanning across the world. The objective of this is to develop trainee teachers' awareness of issues which can be evaluated outside of their own kind of cultural context, and to better understand perspectives from other societies. And in that sense, it's about synthesis, it's about evaluation, listening skills, and sharing.
As a result, our participants from Britain, Holland, Australia, Addis Ababa will replicate, that's our student teachers, replicate what they have experienced together in their own teaching practice. Our project is about exploring next best practice in education with a strong global dimension, based on the social constructivist vision on learning and provoking higher order learning activities. It's about crossing borders and crossing mindsets.
In developing a community of inquiry, we're looking to use a social network tool called NI. We think NI is a low-cost technology which will be accessible to people wherever they have an internet connection. We also believe that through the use of Ning, we can embed video, we can embed sound, so if you like, we can explore an awful lot of different ways of communicating, essentially bringing people together.
It's about bringing people together. As you can see in the slide, people are together, they're listening and learning from each other, as our students will do in the same way. It's really about wanting to study a global subject like, for example, sustainability in detail and with great focus and interest. It's about awareness, creating understanding and respect. We'd like you all to vote for us. We're not appealing to nationalism, nationality, but to globalism. So please vote.
Was like this.
Second vote that everybody votes for either B or D.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, only two choices, B or D.
Come up here, please.
Do we have to sing our song again?
Actually, I was going to bring you a lobster dinner. But customs in Iceland wouldn't let me bring a live lobster through. Somebody confiscated it, and I was kind of surprised that I saw them with a pot boiling when I was walking through the metal detector. So instead, I brought you the next best thing, chocolate lobsters. You'll have to share.
Yeah, okay, we will. Thank you, Laura.
And I'll see you next year. I'll see you.